Today we're going to be making a fire edit for YEAT. I'm in Premiere Pro here and I have the pop-in music video. We're going to be right clicking on it, going over to scene edit detection. And what this is going to do is it's going to separate each clip from every cut and put it in a folder. We're going to hit analyze here and it's going to go ahead and do that. In the meantime though, this video is sponsored by my editing packs. If you guys are looking for a quick and easy way to level up your visuals, my website is the place to go. We have tons of assets over there ranging from crazy transitions, instant 3D looks that you guys can get that require no render time whatsoever, and a pack that has over 250 plus LUTs in it. But more on that in this video. So all of our clips here just finished trimming. We're going to delete all of them from the timeline, go up into our folder here, and as you guys can see, like I said, they're cut individually. We're going to go into project here, and I'm just going to drag the music video back in, right click on it, unlink it, and delete it just so we have the song. And we're going to find the part of the song that we want to make the edit to. Let's start with the intro. I'm going to bring this down, and we'll start right from here. Let's do that time right there. How long is that? That's like 6 seconds. That's fine for an edit. I'm just skimming through the footage right now to see what would look best. I'm going to cut it really fast like I do for all my videos. That'll be cool in there. Let's start off with this. So we're going to cut right where he puts his hand up there. Delete the audio clip attached to it. Let's throw this clip of September's Rich in here. We'll cut it there. I think it looks better. What I'm going to do for this part is I don't like how long it takes to flip back over. So we're going to rotate it like that and then just hide the Lyrical Lemonade logo. And what we'll do, we'll bring this, reverse it, then we'll speed it up to 200% speed. And right where it gets to where the turn goes, like that, we'll bring the turn back to 100. So we'll have something like this. A little bit laggy for some reason, but I think we're good. Now I'm going to go ahead and color the video myself, just adding my own little look to it. I'm going to go ahead and convert it into flat footage. A lot of you guys ask me how I do that. So I literally just go into lumetri color and I'll turn the contrast all the way down, turn the saturation to about 30, I think is pretty accurate for flat footage. I'll mess with the shadows a little bit just to bring the blacks up a little bit like that. And then that's pretty much what I do. So I'll press Ctrl+C on that, paste it to the rest of the footage. I think this will be really helpful to you guys to make those Instagram edits. You can really color it your own way. Now we're going to go ahead and add our own color grade to it. I'll create an adjustment layer, drag and drop that on, drag it to my footage. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into lumetri color here. We're going to use my ultimate LUT pack. It's in the description below if you guys do want to go check it out. As you guys can see, we have 1 through 282 and then 7 additional LUTs here. Let's go with the completely random one. Let's go with 210. Has like a really blue cold look to it. Let's just roll with it. Going back into creative to turn the contrast up, play with the greens a bit, play with the oranges a tad bit, bring the shadows back down, bring the highlights up, bring the blacks down, whites up a little bit. Kind of has a really cool washed out look. And now we're gonna go ahead into my film look pack here and stylize this up. All right, in my film look pack here, the film look by Tiny Tapes, don't worry, yours won't be this messy when you get it. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on my 35mm grain here. Then I also have this dirtier matte here I always like to use. And then also in the pack, you have this Super 8 damaged look right here. So what we're gonna do for this is, what I like to do, I like to make it white. So we're gonna go into it, effects, we're gonna apply tint to it. I can drop that on there, go back into effects and map the black to white and the white to black. As you can see, it just makes those specks white. We're gonna go and put that on screen now. And then now we're gonna go ahead and change the grain overlay onto overlay. It's already starting to come together. And then we're gonna scale out this border that we have here. A really different look than what the video already has in it. Spice it up a little bit more. I'm going to right click and replace this with the After Effects composition. And now just quickly before we go and add the After Effects stuff as it loads, we're going to go into project and drag and drop another adjustment layer on. We're going to be using my fast motion effects pack in this. It's really going to add that sauce in between the transitions. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a couple of these now, just so we can do one for each transition here. And as you guys can see, it's kind of a bland transition. We're going to make it a lot more spicy by going into effects here, going under presets, and then the fast movement effects v2. This is honestly my favorite thing I've ever made. We're going to open up these two folders here, and I'm going to start off with this one called the best one in here, and we're going to watch that difference. Look at this. That's before, and this is after. Super crazy. Let's go ahead and drag on, slide down on this one. Let's hit this one with the warp hard, and let's hit this one with the crazy and see how this looks. So this is before, and this is after. Super crazy, guys. I love the way that looks. We're going to go ahead and throw in a few more adjustment layers just for the rest of the transitions here. Okay, now that all of our adjustment layers are in, we're going to spice up the last couple of them. Going back into effects, I'm going to try the second best one in here on this. Throw the first best one in here, throw a YEAT on there, throw a hit insane on this one, and then let's throw a oh my god on that one. Let's see how this looks all together. So once again, this is without it. A little bit laggy there. It's just Premiere, and this is with it. It really adds the energy, guys. I love the way that looks. Now let's go back and add our After Effects effects on here. Okay, so we're opening After Effects here. I already have YEAT rotoscoped from the background, as you guys can see right there. What you're gonna wanna do is you wanna create a rotoscope layer, have that duplicated one time, so we have one in the middle here, and then the bottom layer is just going to be normal. Now we're going to be using my boy Brian's liquid explosion pack in this. I highly recommend it. Now going into effects and presets here, just under animation presets, we can open up liquid explosion right here, and boom, we have all these crazy effects. Just clicking on the middle rotoscope layer here, we can go and drag on anyone we want. I'm going to go ahead and throw on the Rick and Morty here. As you guys can see, it's a crazy effect right there. Even if you want to throw it on the background, it looks really cool too. Just before we throw it on, we're going to duplicate it one more time and throw it on the one above that. And let's throw a different one on, like wavy, on the other rotoscoped image. So you guys can get a really unique look just like that. And if we go back into Premiere, everything will be on there just like that. If you guys do want to go check out the liquid explosions, it's linked in the description below. Make sure you guys use my code to save some money. Now, adding a little bit more sauce to this here, guys, we can go into our project. We're gonna go back into effects, and we're gonna open up my slow shutter presets here. Now going over to this one right here, if you guys do want to add a cool look to it, we can go ahead and throw on the daytime look on here. And as you guys can see, it kind of adds a slow shutter look to it. You guys could see it's a super laggy look that looks really cool. And if you guys do want to add a cool glow to the video, what you can do is duplicate all of these one more time by dragging up, going ahead and nesting them. And then we're going to go ahead into our presets one more time. We're going to go into the film look preset. We're going to go into the vintage glow here. I'm going to go ahead and throw on the minimal right here on the highlights. As you guys can see, it just makes the sky glow a lot more. And that looks really cool, guys, just with everything off. And then with the looks and everything. Now we're going to go ahead and spice this up a tiny bit more using my lean effects pack. Dragging in these folders right here, guys, we could have the liquid paths, the bottles, and the double cups. I'm going to go with the double cups for this one here, and we have these really cool vortexes that are super unique, especially for clips like this one right here of September's Rich. So what we're going to have to do, he's holding the double cup in his hand, obviously. I'm just going to put it on top of there. Bring all of these up because we're going to put it below everything. We're going to go into effect controls, turn it down. Then we're also going to have to track it to him as well. So going to the very beginning of the clip right here, we're going to turn on the position scale and just turn off these two transitions for now. Going back into it, I'm going to go ahead and try and scale the cups to about the same size as him right there. We can fix it up afterwards. Now, just following the way the motion is working in on him, I'm just going to track it loosely, and then since we zoomed in a lot there, I'm going to make it bigger, a lot bigger now that we're more zoomed in, just like that. And then we're going to cut it before we go into the next one, so you guys can get a really cool look like this. As you guys can see, the lean cups are spinning around him. It looks really cool. And just to match it a little bit more to the video, see the color of the cups doesn't really match up. You can just play with the temperature a bit and then turn up the highlight just to blow it out like the cup there, and then make it a little bit more blue. It looked really matched to the scene. Super cool effect. We can go ahead and add a few more lean effects on here, like this scene right here. I think this one will look really cool if we go in and throw on the liquid paths here. So we have this really cool lean liquid path. I'm going to go ahead and put on top of this footage, and we'll start it like, it is kind of slow, so I'm going to speed it up to like 300 speed. We can start it about right here. I'm going to delete it, and then let's go into effect controls, and I'm just going to put it right there. That looks really sick there, guys. And since it is in the foreground, we are going to have to blur it a little bit by going into effect controls, and we'll type up blur. And I'm going to go down and use Gaussian blur and just turn that up a little bit, just like that. And then adding on top of that as well, let's go into our bottles here. And I do have bottles floating up that we can use right here. So we have a few lean bottles there, and they are 4K. So I am going to resize them by sizing them down. And then we could drag in a different part of the clip here, like so, and then scale them in just to get a few more that are bigger, just like that. And then we are going to have to apply that exact same Gaussian blur on it since it is closer to the foreground, like that. And then we could do the exact same Gaussian blur on this one here, just not as much. So that looks so sick. And let's go ahead and put the liquid path behind the bottles just super quick. So just going ahead and bringing these down. There we go. The liquid path is behind the bottles. It looks really clean. And yeah, there's so many elements that you guys can use in this pack to spice up your visuals, especially if your artists rap about the kind of stuff like lean. I have one on nature as well. If you guys want more videos like this, let me know. I don't know if I should make them longer or make them shorter. This one was a little bit shorter than the last one. So let me know if you guys want to see them longer, because I'd do this for 40 minutes if you guys want and go a lot more in depth into effects instead of just using presets. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to check out one of these two banging videos. They will definitely help you on your editing journey. Peace.